Okay, who wants to be a plagiarist? Hosted by me, Angeli Dominguez. Okay. And also I have Nayeli here. She's gonna be my contestant. Okay. Pick a category. We have, is this plagiarism? Wrong assumptions. Emily says, name that problem, or true or false.
Emily says.
Emily says for what? 100, 200,
500.
500. All right. You know you are reading an MLA style paper when you find this and this in the in-text citation.
Last name and page number.
Okay. Author's last name and page number. Woo! You get 500 points. Okay. Okay, I'll pick one. Let's do true or false for 100. Plagiarism is the same everywhere. What do we think? I think it's true.
True.
False. False. Each academic tradition sees academic integrity differently. What we learn about plagiarism here at Kane is underpinned with the Western academic traditions and the American cultural context. Interesting. Okay. So we don't get a point. All right. You pick one now. Which category?
Wrong assumption.
Wrong
300.
for 300. Okay. All plagiarism is the same, but in fact, there is a major difference between this kind of plagiarism and this kind of plagiarism.
I have no idea. Academic and professional?
Okay. International. Oh, intentional. Sorry. Intentional and unintentional. Many colleges, Kane University included, take into account that students need to have space for trial and error. Thus, errors in citation are not treated as harshly as deliberate acts of plagiarism. Interesting. Okay, we're going to do Emily says for 200. If you use in-text citations, you will need one of these. What do we need? No? Okay, you need works cited page. You need a works cited page. Perfect. Okay, you pick one.
Name that problem.
Name that problem for what?
500.
500. Okay, many students think that plagiarism is a victimless crime, but in fact, plagiarism is not a crime at all. Plagiarism is a breach of this. Law?
Integrity?
Integrity? Academic integrity policy. Wow. Close to the law. It's the academic law. Okay, let's do, is that plagiarism for 100? Common knowledge does not need to be cited.
True.
I think it's false. Because what's common knowledge? False. There really is no such thing as common knowledge because people don't always learn the same things or share the same perspectives. Okay. Okay, you pick one now.
Is this plagiarism 400?
Okay. There is a way to cite everything in the world. False, right? There are some things that we don't know the origins of, right?
But it says there is a way.
You don't know? Let's find out. Yes? Yes, once you know the basics of any citation style, you can create citation entries for anything that you use as a source in your writing. Okay. All right. Let's do wrong assumptions, 200. Many students believe that plagiarizing even once will get you this, but that is not the case. Suspended.
Expelled.
Expelled. Expelled. Kane has an extensive academic integrity policy that outlines consequences for all styles and severities of violations. Expulsion is the most extreme consequence and is reserved for repeat and flagrant offenders. So you won't get expelled if you plagiarize once. Okay. Let's do what? Which one would you like?
Name that problem 200.
Okay. People who use their previous papers as sources without citation are committing this.
Self-plagiarism?
Self-plagiarism? Self-plagiarism. Yes, you have to cite your own papers whenever you use them as your source in other papers. You have to quote yourself. Oh, I forgot to give you points. All right, let's do true or false for 300. Using safe assign or turn it in will definitely tell me if I plagiarized.
False?
Okay, let's say false. False. Those services only show the percentage of cited material to your own analysis. Keep in mind, 30% should come from sources and 70 should come from you. Okay, which one?
True or false 500.
Okay. I wanted to seem smarter, so I added a lot of sources to my works cited list without referring to them in my paper. That's okay, right? False.
False?
You need to put that information in your paper. You can't just put random citations. False. Listing sources you never refer to is not only bad scholarship, it's also constituent plagiarism. Let's give her. Can I get points? Can I get some points? Okay. All right. Let's do not name that problem for 100. Copying and this is definitely an act of plagiarism. Even facts need citation. Copying and paraphrasing? Pasting. Copying and pasting is definitely an act of plagiarism. All right, go ahead, pick one.
Wrong assumptions 500.
Okay. Many students believe that this is done once you are done writing while you are editing. But that can spell out trouble since you can easily forget where you put in paraphrases or summaries.
Citing?
Citations. Woo! Good job, Nayeli. You're winning. Okay, Emily says for 100. This is another name for in-text citations. This is another name for in-text citations. Parenthetical citations. All right, what do you pick?
Is this plagiarism 500?
Is this plagiarism for 500? Buying a paper means that I'm the owner of that paper, so everything in it is mine. Yes, that's plagiarism. Can't buy a paper. Oh, not really? Buying papers does not mean that you created the ideas or the wording. The only thing you cannot buy or own is another person's ideas. Okay. Maybe I understood that wrong. All right, what do you pick? Oh, I pick wrong assumptions for 400. Many students believe that using citations is hard, but with this and practice, you can be an expert. Review. Time. Remember, citing is a habit that has to be developed. Being conscious of the effort it takes can help you plan your process in greater detail. Okay, go ahead, pick one.
Name that problem 400.
Name that problem. Okay, I really like this sentence. I could use these to avoid plagiarism. Citations. Quotations, citation. Use direct quotations. All right. MLA says for 300. This is the act of putting another author's words into your own. Naturally, you will need to cite that as well. Paraphrasing? Summary or paraphrase? Nice. Let's do which category? Which category?
Emily says 400.
MLA says for 400. Emily says, MLA stands for this language association. Hit it? Modern language association. Modern. All right, let's do name that problem for 300. My mom always checks my work. She changes a lot of things and sometimes tells me what to write. She's actually making me this. She's actually making me this. Dependent on her to check your work. Plagiarize. That's plagiarism. All right. True or false for 400. Since I am doing a speech, I don't have to tell my audience that I use sources like books or videos.
False.
False. You should inform your audience what ideas or phrasing you found in sources, even if it is a speech. All right, which one should we do?
Is this plagiarism 200?
Is this plagiarism 200? It's only plagiarism if I take another person's direct words or phrases.
False.
So it isn't plagiarism?
It is.
It is plagiarism. Okay, false. Taking ideas is also plagiarism. You have to be very careful when you use another person's work. Do wrong assumptions for 100. Many students believe that switching just one this will make a passage their own and therefore not plagiarized. One word. One word. Okay, true or false for 200. Plagiarism is only a problem for students. Faculty or staff don't have a plagiarism problem. False, right? They still write papers, they still make presentations. False. Each year there are dozens of documented cases of plagiarism committed by faculty and staff. Anyone writing with sources or using other people's ideas must follow the same rules. Okay, last one. Is this plagiarism for 300? If I cite everything, then I can use as many sources as I want in my paper. That's not plagiarizing as long as you cite. False. Oh, you have to have a balance of no more than 30% of material from your sources whenever you write an academic paper. That means that 70% of your ideas and writing need to be your own. That's true. That's our game. We learned a lot of new things, very interesting, and it was fun. Great.